Hi, this is Rob, and I wanted to share some projects that I made with you. I love to make handmade gifts for the holidays, and I love creating handmade embellishments to go on those projects that would have a dual purpose for the recipient. And what I've used on my embellishments today is this creative paper clay, which is an air dry clay, very easy to work with. It doesn't require a lot of kneading to soften it up to make it, pliable enough to work with easily. So this would be a great project, a great product for children or older people, especially older people or those in mobility therapy, because it is, it is working with your hands and things. But for all ages, it's just a very, very good product. And I've enjoyed making these few embellishments that I've made to add to my Christmas projects. The first one that I want to share with you is this little ornament, and this can be hung from a mini album or just a handmade card, and the recipient can take it off and then add it to their tree. And all I've used to create this is, of course, the clay. And I went and I got some very inexpensive Christmas tree or Christmas cookie cutters of various shapes, and you can get any size that you want. There's so many sizes out there, but I got these actually half off at my local craft store. And this is the one that I use. It's an ornament or a bauble, and I just rolled out the clay to about 1/4 of an inch thick, and then I stamped in that with a Christmas tree acrylic stamp that I also got at the craft store. And then I painted the entire, after it was dried, I let it dry for about a day, and then after it was dry, I painted the entire surface with this blue colored paint. And let that dry for just a few minutes, and then I applied rub and buff to the entire outer surface so that the recessed area maintained the color, the blue that I was wanting. And then I just added some stickles to that. Actually, I should mention too that after I used the cookie cutter, I did use a paper piercer to create a hole so that I could then create this little ribbon dangling spot for it to be able to hang and be used to hang on somebody's tree or wherever they would like for it to be used. And so that's the first one, very, very simple. And then the second one that I made was this little stocking. I think it's so cute. And for that one, I just used this cookie cutter here. And I did the same thing, rolled it out to about 1/4 of an inch thickness, and then used the cookie cutter. This one I did not want to add a hole to, because this is actually going to be an embellishment for my Christmas album or my December daily. I've not decided which one yet. But then again, I let it dry for about a day, and then I painted it with red acrylic paint here on the bottom, and then on the top I painted it with an iridescent white paint. But then while it was wet, I added some extra fine glitter that just has a really nice sparkle. After this first layer of paint was dry, I free-handed some just holly leaves. They don't have to be perfect. I'm not a painter, but I just added the shape of what I, could do with the size brush that I had, and then added a piece of bling in there. So I think it very easily resembles a holly leaf, and this cute little boot can just be a nice embellishment for my Christmas project. The third one that I wanted to share with you is this candy cane, and you'll notice the shine, perhaps it's picking it up in the camera, right away on this. And I used this cookie cutter on here, and this one I did add a hole to before it dried. But what I did was I penciled out just some stripes to resemble a candy cane, painted the red area, let that dry, and then I painted the white area. And while the white paint was drying, I added some of this extra fine iridescent glitter to that. And then, of course, when that was dried, you want to wait till it was, completely dry. Then I added some glossy accents to the stripes here, and it just gave it a nice effect. And this one I'm going to add to a card, but I'm also going to make it dangle like the ornament, so that the recipient can use it on a different project, or they can use it on their tree just as a handmade embellishment. I think more and more, especially in today's economy, handmade gifts are becoming more and more popular, and this is something, like I said, any age group can can enjoy making. And let me just show you really quick how easily this would come together. I have some different pictures that I will insert toward the end of just different stages of the process of making these various projects. So they're just still photos, but I like to start off with a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, and then I get just a little bit of clay. Let's get my clay out here, and after it's opened, I like to keep it in just a Ziploc bag. So you just want about a one inch ball, and let me just take a little bit off of here. And you just kind of roll it. Like I said, it's very soft and pliable already, so it doesn't require a lot of kneading. And then I just use a rolling pin. I happen to have this small sized one that I got from Pampered Chef. And then you just want to roll it out into about a 1/4 of an inch thickness. And just like you do with pie crust, you want to rotate just to kind of keep it even. Okay, and then you take whatever cookie cutter or cutter that you'd like to use, or you can even stamp. I have some that I have stamped, and then I cut it out with an X-Acto knife while it's wet, or a palette knife would work as well. But then you just kind of, just like you would with cookie dough, you put the cutter down, and then I just kind of roll away the excess. Okay, and since you're working on wax paper, it comes off very, very easily. And then you just lift your cutter off. Now, I do enjoy the look of finished edges, so I do, after this is completely dry, now you can stamp on this while it's still wet. You can add your hole with a paper piercer if you'd like to create an ornament, or you can just let it air dry as it is. But once it's dry, and I do like to flip it over midway, so like later on today I'll flip it over so that the back side can dry as well. But you'll notice that it has kind of rough edges around here, and that is very easy to sand off. This is creative paper clay, so it is very easy to work with. So, and then once it dries, then you'll just paint it or embellish it as you wish. So I hope you enjoy seeing these different projects, and I hope that you'll give creative paper clay a try and just enjoy making some Christmas embellishments or Thanksgiving embellishments, or whatever holiday that you would celebrate or want to create something handmade for. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.